Salon. Yo. Me will shut a man in high crowd. If I'm next back up, I'm shut a man in high crowd. Next pussy fling a back, I'm shot anyone out of the side on the face. Easy people.
Watagwan, Hotep, Shalom, Islam, peace to the gods and earths. You know what I'm saying? What's cracking? What's popping? You know what I mean? What's good, people? Come on in. It's another show with your boy King True. We back again. I got a couple of questions and you know, I got a couple of topics too. You know what I noticed though? Like, coming to the city, like, I don't know what it is with black people when they date white people, but them motherfuckers just lose all fashion sense. Like, what is it with a nigga when he date a white chick? That nigga just forgot how to dress. I don't understand that. Like, niggas be having like corduroy hats on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't understand that shit. Like, be yourself. Like, that's my whole thing is like motherfuckers feel like they gotta change their whole persona. You know what I'm saying? But when you dating anybody else, like a black person, a black girl, you don't change yourself. But when you with a white chick, you gotta change yourself. That's my only thing. That's my only thing with that. Like, I don't really understand with that interracial dating stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nigga gotta change his whole life. His whole heritage. You gotta forget who he is.
What if it's just that guy? What if those type of guys are the guys that basically go for white girls?
But then they would have never had to change then. They would have been dressed like a fucking...
How you know they changed? How you know they wasn't just like that?
Then they would have... But okay, this is my thing. All right. You go to what's a popular store niggas be going to? You go to Jimmy Jazz. You go to S&D's and shit. Fucking Dr. J's and all that shit to get your shit in one part of your life. And then you change up and start going to American Eagle and JCPenney's and Macy's and shit, you know what I'm saying, to get your shit down. You know what I'm saying? Now you going to Walmart and shit, you know what I'm saying, just so, you know what I mean, to make yourself comfortable around. I never really understood that. And another thing too, like white couples, they be the most happiest couples ever, son. I just seen a nigga, they was just frolicking up, holding hands and shit, frolicking up and down the damn sidewalk and shit. They be the happiest couples ever, son. I don't know what's wrong with us. I don't know what we doing wrong, what we missing. No, you know what it is? I might be hating because I'm like, yo, how the fuck are you that happy? I don't get it. But we about to, you know what I mean, about to start up with the topics though. I want to talk about a couple of things, man. So I seen a video of a teacher. It was an Atlanta school teacher. And she basically got caught twerking. I don't know if like her employee was watching Pornhub or some shit and just like scrolled on one of her videos or was like looking at like twerk playlists on YouTube and shit like that. I don't know. But they caught her twerking. Like she had a twerk video, but she's like an elementary school teacher. So now she's basically in trouble. A lot of parents from the school was talking about pulling their kids out of school and shit like that just because she was twerking in the video. Now, me personally, I don't really know what to think about that because, you know, I mean, I know what to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you got twerk videos on the net. You don't want kids seeing your twerk videos. It's kind of like conflict of interest, you know what I'm saying, for the students there, you know what I mean? And just because, you know, when you a teacher, you a public figure, you know what I'm saying? Well, my thing is like, you know, is she really wrong? In the day and time that we live in, the shit that we give to our children nowadays, you know what I mean? The amount of leeway, the amount of freedom that we give them. Is she wrong?
Were you twerking in the classroom?
No, she was. Nah, she wasn't twerking in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? But she made her like her own little video. I don't know if she was in a hotel with a nigga or some shit. And I ain't gonna lie, she bad as fuck too. She bad as fuck too. I wonder where the fuck was like YouTube and Facebook and all this shit when I was in fucking high school. I had some badass fucking teachers, son. That I would have loved to see twerking. That shit was, you know what I mean? I just don't fucking get it. But what you think about that shit, man? Like,
it's like there's no boundaries anymore between your work life and your regular life.
Right.
So
you gotta
like jobs that text you now. Now jobs they be texting your phone.
They be texting your phone and shit when they see something.
A breach, like
a breach of contract.
Yeah, like a breach or something. Like why are you texting my phone?
But I'm pretty sure they have like probably like contracts now that you sign or whatever that you pretty much.
Like some jobs have a group chat now.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah.
Even if you're not working that day,
you still in the group chat. Yeah, my lady got that. They be all up in the fucking group chat and shit.
Like,
yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like they want sole responsibility of your life and shit like that. Like another thing about like corporate America and shit like that. Like a lot of females. Like I knew this one girl. She wanted to wear her hair natural, and she would wear it to work like that natural. But I guess like the her supervisor or manager or whatever came up to her and told her like, yo, you can't wear it, you know. Basically like came down on her about her hair and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit that you got to go through working in, you know, corporate America and shit like that. You know, it's the backlash.
You can sue for that though.
You can't sue for that, but most people.
Is she working with food?
Nah, what is she working for? I forgot what the fuck she was doing. Like she was doing something in the office.
Nah, you can sue for that.
She can sue. She ain't sue. She just did her hair. She just permed her hair. That's it. She just permed her hair like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but that's working video shit. I don't know, man. You gotta be a fucking dickhead though. You gotta be a dickhead though to do shit like that though, for real. If you a school teacher and you know you have a responsibility to kids and shit like that, that's you know, you got to think about everything you're doing. I don't know if she meant to post it on the internet or whatever. Maybe some nigga she was fucking with or whatever posted on the internet. But you gotta think smarter than that. That's going back to who raised you, son. Who raised you? You know what I'm saying? I seen another video, my nigga. And I don't want to keep talking about this topic, my nigga, but it keeps coming up. You know what I'm saying? But this is kind of different though. You know what I'm saying? It was basically like some high school students, right? And you know how back in the day, you know, y'all used to like wrestle, used to slap box and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was some kids, some high school kids or whatever. They was like wrestling in the bathroom. And it was like, it had to been at least like 6 niggas or 7 niggas, 8 niggas in the bathroom. It was a whole bunch of them. But it was 2 niggas holding this one dude, this one kid. And they had him like upside down. It had his like legs in the air and shit like that. Now, I didn't even mean to really click on this video, but they had it like in a group. And you know how when you see a fucked up video and you don't really want to click the video, you want to go to the comments and see what niggas was saying? I went to the comments to see what niggas was saying, and niggas wasn't really saying much of anything. Niggas was just like, ew, what the fuck? So I was like, all right, let me see what the fuck the niggas is doing. So I click on the video, and they got this nigga holding this nigga, son, upside down and humping this nigga, man. And the niggas in the background is like, yo, oh, they raping that nigga. Oh, shit. Yo, what the fuck, son? What the fuck? Like back when I was a kid, son, that shit could not fly. That whole fucking bathroom would have got blown up, son. Like I don't understand what the fuck is going on. I don't know what niggas is telling their kids or you know what kind of people they around or what the fuck they watching, what the teachers are saying, because I just don't understand where that shit changed. Like back in the day, we used to fight. I remember we had like a dumpster on our block. So when niggas got bored, if there was a problem in the neighborhood, it was like a big, you know them big ass dumpsters and shit like that? Them little trucks be dropping, they drop the dumpsters. We used to go inside the dumpster. So, you know, if you fighting, you can't run nowhere. It's like a square box. It's like maybe like a 15 by like 6 or 8 or some shit like that. It's like a square box. You go up in there and y'all niggas get it on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas fight it out. Whatever. We get the gloves. We ended up getting some boxing gloves. And we turned that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Anytime it was a problem, anytime niggas wanted to fight about anything, we go in there. And that diffused a lot of shit in the hood. You know what I'm saying? That diffused a lot of shit because niggas was able to go to the ring. That was the ring. You know what I'm saying? And you battle the shit out. You know what I'm saying? So, but nowadays, like, these kids is on some gay shit. I don't know. I don't understand what would propel you to hold a nigga down in the bathroom and grind on it or whatever the fuck, because I didn't watch the whole video. I couldn't watch the whole video. You know what I'm saying? I clicked out of the video after like a couple of seconds. After I seen that shit, I was done. My thing is like, why, man? I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Like, we gotta do better, son. I don't know what the fuck is going on, son. These motherfuckers are gay, period. That's a fact. Them niggas is gay. But my thing is like this. There was 8 other niggas in the bathroom. None of them niggas say, yo, what the fuck is y'all doing? Chill, what the fuck? Y'all niggas is bugging? None of them niggas said that shit. They just kept going. I mean, I don't know how, like I said, I didn't see the whole video. So I can't really say what happened at the end. But that was the first 5 seconds of the fucking video. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what the fuck is going on with our kids nowadays, man. I don't know what the fuck. All I know is that I'm a parent. I don't play that shit with my kids. I don't play that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't play that shit at all with my kids. I'm teaching my kids the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious about, you know, how I train my kids. I take that shit seriously. A lot of motherfuckers ain't take that shit seriously. And there's another thing too. Like, when I was a kid, and this is no shot at nobody's moms or parents and stuff like that, but you come from the hood. Everybody come from the hood. We all come from the hood, from, you know, to a certain degree or whatever. There's a lot of single parent homes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of single parent mothers and stuff like that. Now, I seen a lot of niggas do fucked up shit. And a lot of times I didn't know why. Like, at that time, I didn't really think about it. I didn't really start thinking like this until I got older. And I started to have my own kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I started to think like, damn, I got babies now. Like, what they gonna do when they get older? What are they gonna experience? And shit like that. I started to think about all that shit. I started to think about all the shit that I went through as a kid. And I was like, yo, what I don't want them to go through, what made me a better person, you know what I'm saying? But what, you know, some hard times was, I started thinking about all that shit. And I started thinking about a lot of my friends. And a lot of my friends went through some fucked up shit. And did some fucked up shit. And you know, I didn't think about it a lot then. I used to be like, yo, that nigga wild nigga, son. But as I get older, I start to realize, yo, son, it's got a lot to do with how niggas was raised, son. It's got a lot to do with niggas' home situations and shit like that. I remember when we was kids, and I don't know how a lot of niggas started smoking weed and shit like that, but my friends really got into weed because of one of my friends' parents. I remember one day we was young, and we went to my boy crib. We was like out in the front, and we was all in the car and shit like that, and my boy told his mom, because she was out smoking, you know, she was outside smoking. We was all outside in the front of the house. And my boy told his mom, he was like, yo, mom, let me get a hit. Let me smoke. And she gave it to him. She let him smoke it. We had to been like 11 to 12. All of us around that age. And she let him smoke it. And my thing is like, damn. You know, at the time, I think I thought like, yo, his mom is mad cool. Yo, I probably thought I was like, yo, your mom's mad cool, son. She let you do anything and shit like that. But now as I get older, I start to realize, like, hold up, son. Yo, his mom was fucked up for that. Like, why she do that? You know what I'm saying? Her reason at the time was like, yo, I'd rather him smoking with me than to smoking with anybody else. And throughout my life, I heard a lot of people say that. I heard a lot of people say, it might as well be me and my son or whatever like that. I can understand that if your son is like 18. But if your son is 7, you know what I'm saying? If your son is 7, 8 years old, and you like, yo, let me get my son a bogey. Because I know you already just deeming that nigga to hell. You already just deeming that nigga to some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that nigga gonna be, you know, he gonna get high, he gonna wild out, he gonna do this shit anyway, so I might as well just start him young. Like, that's some wild shit. That's why I get to the whole who raised you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This nigga stupid. Shit. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, this shit is fucked up. Like, I remember niggas' moms used to be like, like if we was like talking about girls or whatever and shit like that, niggas' mom used to be like, oh, you can't trust none of these bitches. Fuck these bitches and all this other shit. Like, we young kids, we like 13, 14. And she coming to us telling us like, yo, you can't trust none of these bitches. Don't trust none of these bitches. But yet at the same time, women complain about not finding a nigga that they could trust, or not finding a nigga that love them, or not finding a nigga that's gonna do them right. But yet you gonna tell your son not to trust bitches. So if you telling that nigga not to trust bitches, ain't he gonna go out and do some fuck shit to bitches? This shit is, I don't know, it's just bugged out to me. So you know what I'm saying? This shit is bugged out. Like, you know, it's just bugged out. Like, who the fuck, like I can remember, like, when I was a kid, you know, like, I done seen, like, this is my thing. Like, I done seen niggas do some fucked up shit to women. You know what I'm saying? I done seen a nigga shoot a woman, shoot a chick. You know what I'm saying? At Labor Day. I remember that shit. I was right there. That nigga shot Shorty because Shorty ain't want to give that nigga a dance. And he shot her. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, son. Like, niggas is really savages out here. But niggas, that's what niggas want to be. Niggas want to be savages and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the whole thing. But my thing is, like, once you come around my way with that shit, you know, you gonna die like a savage, my nigga. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, my nigga. Like, I wanna know another thing too. Like, I think we living in a day and time where they making it harder to approach women too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's the most easiest time to approach women.
Because you got the internet. See, you could do all that shit on the internet.
No, not even on the internet. I'm talking about in person.
In person? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think they trying to make that shit. But I'm not saying that it is or isn't. But I think they trying to make it harder to approach women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's okay. Look at like Morgan Freeman. What they said about the whole Me Too shit, right? Morgan Freeman. What they said that this nigga gave sexual gestures or some shit like that to women, and then one of the women that they said that he sexually harassed, they said that wasn't even the case. You know what I'm saying? That you know, yeah, he made some sexual passes, but I didn't feel threatened by anything he did. But they trying to say that that's sexual harassment. So if you say something out of the way to a chick, period. You know what I'm saying? If you saying something out of the way to a chick, period, they calling it sexual harassment. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you shouldn't be saying
you can't even hop.
You shouldn't be doing that though.
But even if you say hello, look, you look beautiful. You look sexy today. I like that dress. I like that dress could be taken the wrong way. According to how they doing it now, according to what they saying is sexual harassment, they blowing it out of the proportion.
Nobody's ever got knocked up for saying you look good in that dress.
But that's what they trying to lean it towards, though. They trying to lean it towards that, my nigga.
Why you think that? Because
look at what's going on with all these brothers out here getting caught up in this whole sexual harassment scandal shit, the Me Too shit.
It's famous people who have money.
Yeah, but the great proportion of them is black. They have a lot of white dudes, but they not even really talking about the white dudes. Now it's Morgan Freeman, and he didn't do shit. Before it was Bill Cosby. That shit happened like 50 years ago and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And now they brought him up on charges on this shit.
Should be a statute of limitations on that stuff?
Yeah, I think it should. I have to be honest. I have to be real. Because my thing is like this, like, at least I would say this. I would say if you don't say something in like 5 years.
Yeah, I agree.
If you don't say something like 5 years, you know, you gotta let that shit go. Because it's fucking 40-something years, and now you want to say something. Now I gotta go to jail for it.
Same shit with Kevin Spacey, the white dude.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most stupidest shit ever.
What happened to him?
He got caught up with this guy because I guess like a young boy, he fondled him, and he was like, it was like in the 80s or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Right, and now he getting
he was on drugs and all type of shit.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, it's a fucked up situation, and I think that even if you put the information out there now, you can at least besmirch his character. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it did.
But
they took his show away from him.
It took his show away, right? But not go to jail though. Like this is my thing. To penalize somebody as far as like
nobody's talking about the shit that like the cases that win, like the guys win. Nobody's talking about that shit either. Like,
I mean, the guys that got off.
Songs,
oh yeah, nobody's bringing them up.
Nobody's talking about them
because because they can't prosecute them at this point. There's nothing they can do.
It's like they got caught. They got fake caught.
Yeah.
It wasn't true. They won the case.
Right.
It's like, oh, nobody cares.
Right. Nobody gives a fuck. They let it go. So that's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm showing you. The people that they feel like they can get some press on, and they can use that situation to put it out there in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? To put in laws to say, okay, well, because at the end of the day, when you really look at the whole situation, right? In my opinion, it's about putting more people in jail. It's always about putting people in jail. The more people, yeah, it's business. It's all about money. The more people you can have in jail, you got so many private companies and invested in private prisons and shit like that. It's gonna forever be. They forever gonna come up with ways to put people in jail. They know that black men are the most enthusiastic when it comes to like talking to women. You know what I'm saying? Like we're very flamboyant with the way we, you know what I mean, introduce ourselves to women. You know what I'm saying? So certain things that, you know, they're using to say whatever. You know what I'm saying about.
I think it all started from that one YouTube video.
What's that? What's
With the girl walking down the street and everybody was catcalling on her.
It probably did. Yeah, I remember that one. 5
years ago, some shit like that.
Yeah. And then, but
it just escalated from there. Like,
right.
Ever since I seen that video, it's just been getting more and more like dramatic.
But you know what too that deals with freedom of speech. Like, what can you say and not say to somebody? You know what I'm saying? What can you talk and not talk about? You know what I'm saying? So they trying to kill that now. They trying to take that right from you. Because if somebody walking down the street, they don't put their hands on you or nothing. And they be like, and they tell a shorty like, oh, yo, Ma, you got a fat ass. If he don't really do nothing physical to you, yeah, it's fucked up for a nigga to say that. I think that has to, that's about, huh?
It's demeaning though.
It's demeaning, but that, you know where that comes from though? That comes back to who raised you. Like my father, let me tell you, my father and my brother, They was the one who taught me how to talk to women, son. My father and my brother, I remember them taking me in the mall, going on walks to the park. They would be like, yo, go talk to her. I used to be like mad young, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Going to talk to a grown woman and shit that they thought was, just go talk to her, just go to introduce yourself. And they would tell me like what I did wrong, how you should do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was cool to me, like growing up doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, just go talk to her. Say this, do that, be calm, and be respectful. Like,
always thought that way was corny, bro.
it was, but you know what? You could say that. You could say that.
But like, because I never got taught.
My bad.
Women taught me how to talk to them.
Women taught you how to talk to?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could. Yeah, women can teach you in a kind of way of what they like and shit like that, and through your experience.
Like women's like, I'm like, yo, I want to talk to her, whatever. And they coach me like, yo, do this. Same way you
that
your peoples did this.
Yeah.
Women and like,
and you might.
My family is in women, so it's like they taught me how.
So you might have a better chance than. Well, I mean, I'm already locked up, but you might have a better chance of, we was to actually do that. But I mean, like for me personally, with men teaching me, I never had problems getting women. I never have, son, I got 4 kids, my nigga. I got 2 different baby mothers, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I went through all kind of shit with women, my nigga. I may have fucked up in a lot of relationships and shit like that, but as far as getting a number, getting a chick, introducing myself, I never had problems with that because, like I said, it's been something I've been doing since I was a young kid, 9 years old. I watched my brothers get pussy. I watched well, my father, I mean, but I know now what he was doing, but back then I didn't understand. I thought he was just being nice. I understand now he was setting some shit up. You know what I'm saying? But, that's something that has to do with character. And you build character by the people who raise you. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody is, like if a chick says, yo, if one of these Me Too bitches come to you and be like, yo, you a bitch ass nigga, I don't like men and all this other shit, and you are this and that, there's nothing you could do. Because at the end of the day, it's freedom of speech. As long as she don't put her hands on you, there's nothing really that you could do. You just kind of got to leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying?
But they do got a point, because some guys are excessive.
No, some dudes is fucked up, though. And it could be a scary situation. Some dudes are fucked up. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But I think when it becomes a physical situation, that's when you have to address it. If a nigga just saying something to you.
Too late. Because sometimes the guys set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Too late by that time.
Like what you mean? Like give it an example. Like
they trying to nip it in the bud before it even gets to a physical thing.
Like you saying like if a nigga walking up to her like yo, come here.
Every day a guy tell a girl, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Like it just escalates.
But how you?
Here to there.
Yeah.
They start saying, they like, hey, I seen you there. I see you like this. I'm gonna buy you this. I'm buying something. Get this. Like,
well,
start getting.
What they call that?
Become stalkers. I seen it.
Yeah. If it's
go after girls crazy.
If it's that type of situation, then yes. If she feels threatened, yes. If she feels threatened, you're doing it every day. It's a continuous thing. Yes. Then that's something that you have to address. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what they call that shit. They call that
stalking.
It's stalking, but there's another term for that shit. I can't fucking remember. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, my nigga. I just feel like in a lot of ways they trying to make it harder for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to make it harder at the end of the day. They trying to put motherfuckers in jail. Make more laws, make shit more stiffer for niggas, no homo. And they try to get niggas locked the fuck up, my nigga, at the end of the fucking day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to ask a question too. I want to ask another question. What y'all think about dating outside your race?
I don't want to date outside your race.
Huh? What y'all think about that? Like, especially like white and black, specifically.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Why you say that?
Why do you say there's something wrong with it?
Did I say there's something wrong with it? I didn't say. I'm asking you why you think there's nothing wrong.
There is nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it?
If you like somebody and they're a different race, and you just like them, they're different.
Well, So let me ask you a question. If you had a kid and they was dating a white girl, what would you do? You wouldn't care?
If what?
You wouldn't care?
No.
All right, let me ask you this. They have kids, right?
With the white person.
Yeah. And then their kids go with white people. Would you care?
No.
So if you was to look 5 generations down
And all my family.
and everybody's white, how would you feel?
I feel like they went back because most of my family is white too, and I'm black. So somewhere down the line, somebody slept with a black person.
But you look more black than white though.
I do. Because somewhere down my lineage.
Somewhere, but that's far somewhere. That's one white nigga out of 1,000 black people. I'm just saying how I go back. But how I go back though? If there was never a cycle, only one white nigga.
But what do we like? What is that stopping? What do you think? It's stopping black people from being created? Black people gonna be around?
That could be an assumption. You know what I'm saying? That could be a thing. You know what I'm saying? That could be a thing. But
not even in a couple years, there's not gonna be no white, black, not everybody's gonna be mixed.
That's what they say. I don't believe that shit, my nigga. I don't believe that shit. I'm still making some black ass kids, my nigga. My kids is black as fuck. I'm black as fuck, nigga. Like niggas is still making black. All my niggas I know that got kids is black as fuck, nigga. That's what they want, nigga. I don't care about that.
African and Spanish.
I mean, there's a lot of mixed people already.
Like, there's so many different versions.
There's a lot of mixed people already.
Silence your phone, man.
Oh, my bad. There's a lot of mixed people already. That's a fact, but I don't believe that shit. That's some shit that they want niggas to, so niggas can continue dating outside their shit. My thing is this though. In a day and time where I feel like
date, just don't breathe. He's crazy.
He said
He said you could date, just don't breathe.
That's what I said?
That's what this nigga.
No, that's I agree with that nigga. I guess you could like test the waters and shit to see what's out there. You know what I mean?
What's the point of that?
There is, I agree with you too though. What is the point of that? Like, why date if you not, you know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with dating outside your race, man. There's nothing wrong with having kids outside your race. I think it's better. It's the reason why I would never leave New York.
Now, why would you say it's better though?
Because your kids get more than one culture a part of them. They learn different history. They learn different lineages. They learn.
You could learn that shit. You could learn that shit without being mixed, my nigga.
Yeah, but it's easier if you know directly. If you're Spanish and your kid and you're black, if you're black and your kid is Spanish, like your wife is Spanish, and you easier to learn Spanish. Your kid is easier to learn Spanish. And shit, it's much more easier for them.
Why would you want to learn Spanish though? What's so great about Spanish?
You want to learn Spanish?
Yeah, it's a fact. Why would you want to learn Spanish?
Why would you want to learn another language? Why not? You're not a traveler.
How you know I'm not a traveler?
So what the fuck?
I don't.
You should know. If you travel, you should know.
Man, you know how many
Spanish or knowing another language is good.
You know how many Spanish people travel here don't know English? Niggas be like, I will never learn English. Yeah, niggas lived here since for like.
Yeah, but they can't. It's hard.
They family lived there forever, don't know Spanish.
Hard, but they'll tell you it's hard.
They'll tell you it's hard. English is hard because you have a lot of words that mean the same. It's very confusing than other languages. That's true. But my thing is like.
I wish I knew. I know some words. I know here and there, but I don't speak.
My thing is like.
I speak fluent Dutch. When I go overseas and shit, I can speak it, and it makes everything way more easier.
So what about black culture?
Okay.
Is there a reason why you would say that you could be multicultural, being mixed, versus just being cultural and being black, and knowing black culture and being happy with that? What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
But you think being multicultural is better?
It has advantages.
Okay. When you say advantages, I could see what you're saying with that. But don't say it's better, my nigga.
In a way, it is, because you can be black and Spanish. If you're black and Spanish, you have both. You have best of both worlds. It's like that's how it is.
If you're black and Spanish.
If you're black and Spanish or black and whatever, Irish and And then so.
I mean, I know a lot. I know a lot of niggas.
Jamaican and Haitian, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter.
Right. Well.
Best of both worlds of those countries or wherever you're from.
Right. I got you. But specifically, white and black though. I feel what you're saying on those other things. You know, Spanish people got black in them too. They got African heritage and shit like that.
White either, though. White.
Why? How? My thing is like, I see white and black as polar opposites, my nigga. That shit is like on two different sides of the pendulum.
We're not. White people been wilding lately. You look on the news,
white people been wilding though. They on the news now because
they doing fuck shit. Right now, black people are getting status, right? Mm-hmm. It became, I don't know what happened in a few years. Black people been getting status. They've been changing up their ways. I don't know if you noticed.
Would you say though? But would you say?
Would you say black people are changing their ways?
As far as what? When you say change their ways,
like before, we would have an artist that's kind of like Little Tay right now. You seen Little Tay?
Yeah, I think I heard the Asian.
People are wilding.
Yeah, Lil Tay is the Asian chick, right?
What's her name? Bad. What is her name?
Wait, hold on. Lil Tay is the Asian white girl.
Asian white girl. Yeah.
Okay, and then who else? Baby.
Baby or whatever her name is.
The Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah, Catch Me Outside.
Yeah.
They wild. White people wilding right now.
White people are wilding because they trying to take over black culture.
Exactly. Well, look at black culture though. It's going up.
Because of them?
Not because of them.
Because of what? So when you start seeing
black people, they know that culture is not going away. Look at Kendrick. Look at Cole. Look at these like these figures. Look at Wale. Wale is doing crazy right now. His shit is fire.
Wale's doing good.
It's like different black culture things. Even Black Panther the movie, like other shit. Black culture is rising above the fuck shit. I
think what it is that they found a way to monopolize it. They found a way to make money out of it. You know what I'm saying? They realize that black people are coming to see and that's another reason why.
They realize the black worth.
That's another reason why they promote a lot of cop abuse towards black people. That's another reason why a lot of this shit is in the But you
like look at Memorial Day. What's the nigga was French or something? The nigga that saved the baby.
Oh, the nigga that was climbing. Yeah, I seen that.
They said, look at what black people are doing on Memorial Day, and he's saving the baby, and then look what white people doing. So the cop beating some.
Well, that's what black people do. I seen a video with a white girl getting kidnapped in a mall, and it was like they did it in like a whole bunch of white neighborhoods, and the white people ain't do shit. The white people just let the baby get kidnapped. They just let the baby get kidnapped. But then they did it in a black mall, and all the black niggas like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like niggas like flip the nigga that was trying to take the girl and all that shit was like an experiment. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was doing. But black people just got love in their heart like that. You know what I'm saying? Black people,
I don't even think it's black people. I just think poor people love each other more than the rich do. Cause
poor people understand they understand what it means to suffer. Yeah. So when they see people in suffering situations, they see themselves.
Yeah. Even if they're not poor anymore, if some people in your family once was poor, you still understand. Like
right. You have a connection. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, now I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of like who we are. You know what I'm saying? We're people that have suffered. Yeah. So we have that in our heart. We want people to save us. So when we see somebody else going through some shit, we want to save them. Look what Flip is doing. I've been watching Flip on Instagram, and he been, helping a lot of people out and stuff like that.
But Flip don't show. He don't just do it to black people though.
No, he does it to everybody. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? He does it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but that comes from somewhere. That comes from knowing how that shit is. Like, I remember me as a kid, I used to play in basketball tournaments a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I used to have holes in my sneakers, bro. Holes in my sneakers, my nigga. At the bottom. My socks used to have holes in it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga, my parents couldn't really afford to get me sneakers like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what it is. Like, my kids got mad fucking shoes all over the fucking house and shit like that because I understand what it was like to not be able to get no shoes and have to go to school with fucking holes in your fucking socks and shoes. You know what I'm saying? All your new socks is fucked up because you got holes in the bottom of your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas come from nothing, my nigga. Niggas come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, my thing... See what people are saying. Niggas is crazy. I want them to give their opinions. I don't give a fuck what the opinion is. Give it. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Come through. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we talking that real shit. We talking real shit. I'm talking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fuckery nigga. But I don't mind it. If you bring it, whatever, I'll meet you with it. You know what I'm saying? But when you watch this show, be prepared to have a conversation. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? For all the other stuff, no disrespect to nobody else. But when you come and watch this show, be prepared to have a conversation. If you want to come here to talk shit, talk your shit. Whatever you want to do, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. But my thing with the white and black thing is, I think white and black people, especially in this day and time, because look at it. Would you say that this is the most ever interracial dating that you probably ever seen with?
I told you, in a couple of years,
all right.
No more white and black. Everybody be mixed with some shit.
And you see that. But you see how we look on television. How we always the fucking victim. Something always happening to black people, my nigga.
No, I don't think...
I'm not saying that that's what it is.
I don't think it's true anymore. I think we're majority, but I think it's changing.
But what is... But
people out here wilding, my nigga. Out here wilding. You seen the Florida man? White people shooting up schools. There's no black people shooting up schools.
Right.
White people are out here wilding.
Right.
Tides are turning.
Here's the thing though, right? A well-structured lie. And listen to what I'm saying. A well-structured lie versus a well-structured lie versus a mistold truth. Okay. One is the truth and one is the lie.
Black people are getting locked up, yes, but
right.
A tide is turning. I see it. I'm seeing it.
Oh no!
I
believe you. I believe you.
I'm seeing more white people getting locked up crazy. I'm seeing more white cops getting in trouble for shit. Mm-hmm. They might be getting off, but they getting in trouble still. Mm-hmm. They might be getting off, but they getting in trouble for it. Mm-hmm. So we just got to keep fighting that.
But this is the thing.
Every school shooting is a white person. YouTube got shout out.
That's always though. Yeah, white people do that type shit. We know that.
More than ever now.
But what I'm saying is this though, right? What I'm saying is this. Are we in? I don't think that we even through all that. I don't think that we're in a position to be having interracial dating like that. I think that I'm keeping it facts. I'm keeping it factual. I feel like black people more than ever, huh? Not even so. Even some Spanish people, because a lot of Spanish people ain't for. Nah, son. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real here, son. I'm from New York, just like you from New York, nigga. I grew up with Spanish people. I grew up with everybody, nigga. Huh? And you might have a no. I'm not saying. Look, I had Spanish friends I grew up with, nigga. My boy Nate, my Spanish nigga. That was my homie to the death, huh?
My father is married to a Dominican.
That's wonderful. You can ask somebody to marry you, and they can say yes. You know, it can happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't get. What I'm saying is that people look at black people. Okay, we grew up with Spanish people, right? We know Spanish people. You know what I'm saying? How does Spanish people, parents, looked at the Spanish kids' black friends?
How do Spanish what?
How did Spanish? Okay, you ever had a friend, and they parent spoke Spanish, and every time you come around, they spoke Spanish. They never spoke English to you. Every time they could speak English. No, I
never had that.
You never had that?
No, I never had that.
So you never went to the house and they just all that shit.
Spanish to me, yeah, but I don't understand. But I tell them I understand. They try to speak English.
But I'm saying like, so you never had no friends where they Spanish did not like you because you was black.
No, Brazilian. I had a Brazilian friend that didn't
But they Spanish too. I know they Portuguese, they have Portuguese and all that shit, but most of them is Spanish. At least half of the population.
Portuguese, so it's not Spanish.
So people in Brazil don't speak Spanish?
No, they speak Portuguese.
Not all of them. Some of them speak Spanish, my nigga. Some of them speak Spanish too, bro. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. There's a Spanish population in Brazil. Yes. They're there.
There is Spanish people in Brazil. Yes, I'll give you that. But they speak Portuguese. There.
But okay, my whole point is, this is my point, that there's a lot of Spanish people that don't like black people like that, my nigga. That's a fact.
A lot? I wouldn't say a lot.
There's a lot of them.
Not in New York.
There's not okay. There's a greater proportion of people, of Spanish people in New York that fuck with black people.
Yeah.
But there's a few of them that don't.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah.
That don't. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even fuck with you if you don't speak Spanish.
Some of them don't know. They don't know how to speak English.
But some of them do. And still won't fuck. Let's keep it real. They out there, my nigga. I mean, I fuck with Spanish people. Don't get it twisted. I fuck with Spanish people, but...
Yeah, see, look.
What happened?
He said there's a lot of black people who don't like black people.
Oh, that's a fact, too. That's a fact, too. And that's another conversation we need to have. No, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, I think that it's more comely or more, you know what I'm saying? It needs to be more precedented in this day and time that black people find a way to just deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because the look that they're trying to give us,
Ooh, what look?
media, the government, the look that they're trying to give us.
I'm telling you, I get it, but it's not happening as often anymore.
I wouldn't say that neither. I wouldn't really say that. It's on the uptick. It's on the uptick, my nigga.
When's the last time you seen a black person looking crazy on the news?
What you mean, like talking crazy and acting crazy and shit like that?
Looking crazy on the news, like
What you mean?
Like wild niggas, like a wild cop beating somebody. When you seen a black person doing something crazy like that? Last thing I saw a kid in Brooklyn. A kid in Brooklyn stabbed somebody, but he was a thief. He was stealing somebody's shit.
Well, I mean, crime in New York, especially in New York, has went down a lot. But there's still.
I saw for a black person, like
okay, put it like this. Okay, I'll do it like this. Back in the day, right? Let's say somebody got shot or it was a fight. Matter of fact, let's say a fight. I remember back in the day, if you was on a block and your mans and them got into a fight or whatever, and you was getting jumped, it'll be police cars drive straight past y'all niggas. Why are you getting jumped? It happened to me. It happened to me. Well, not really me, but a friend of mine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was amongst the situation. I was amongst the action. It was a big ass fight. Niggas was getting it on. Cops came through. They slowed down to move past us and keep going. That's back in the day. Now let's say that shit happened now. At least 30 squad cars on that spot, a SWAT van, all that shit for niggas fighting.
But that's de Blasio and shit. Like they fought.
But
more cops. There's more cops out there now.
There's a lot more cops. That's true. But why? Even though crime has lessened, why are you spending so much money in the fucking?
Great jobs.
There's the niggas. So we need a more police presence just so niggas can have jobs.
You think there's less black?
No, there's a lot of black, especially in Brooklyn. There's a lot of fucking black cops.
Mad black
there's Guyanese cops, Trinidadian cops. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Yeah. No. I agree with that. But my thing is like,
black. I just want to say this. I consider myself black.
So you're black.
I am Dutch also.
You Dutch, but there's black people in Holland or whatever. Yeah. There's black people in Holland too.
I'm Surinamese, which is African and Dutch. But I do consider.
But you consider the whole thing black.
American. I'm not from like you know what I'm saying?
Your family's from Holland and Suriname. Yeah. Okay, so from Suriname and
family in Holland too. But
also from Suriname, they were Holland. Yeah, okay, and they went to Suriname and then came to America. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
I'm first generation. My father and my mother came here.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just like I'm black too, and that's another thing I never understood too. When I was a kid, like motherfuckers would say, "Nah, you're not black," but I'm Caribbean though, just because like my father's from Trinidad, and my mother's from Jamaica. So if once niggas know that about you, niggas be like, nah, you not black. I'm like, how I'm not black? I'm black just like y'all niggas. Like we went through slavery too.
I mean, we black. We went through slavery, but you didn't go through like you're not like American black. You know what I'm saying? You're Caribbean black.
I'm Caribbean black.
It's different.
But I'm American too. I mean,
black. Yeah.
I never. Yeah, it's like I just don't understand how you can say that because it's like, yeah, I understand. It's like you coming from a certain culture.
But like you understand?
Yeah.
You coming from where you from? Jamaica, right?
My mother from Jamaica and my father's Trinidadian. So I'm both.
Trinidad.
Like, yeah.
So
Caribbean.
And they came here?
Yeah, they came here, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
But I was born here, though.
You was born here, yeah.
I was born here. I was born in Woodhull Hospital in Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? So my experience was fucking, X-Men and fucking Beetleborgs and shit like that, just like everybody fucking else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to PAL just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know what?
That's my experience.
But to the white people now, especially Trump, he's trying to change his policy. You will not be considered like a full American.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about what Trump do. I mean, yeah, it might affect a nigga in a certain type of way.
That's going on. That's going to affect a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially if you're illegal. If your parents are illegal or something like that.
And that's another thing with the whole Trump situation. Like, Trump is really the president of white people, son. Especially like white trash, like white poor trash and shit like that. No offense to nobody, but like those trailer park people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's their president for real. You know what I'm saying? And there are some white people in middle class America that might agree with him on a certain level because most of them vote for him. Most of them vote for him. So all that shit, all I'm saying is like, it's a mentality, my nigga. It's a mentality. You know what I'm saying? A white person, because here's the thing, right? Like, we black, why? Like, my skin isn't black, your skin isn't black. But why are we black?
Why are we black?
Right. What does black mean to you? What does black mean to you? What does black mean to people here?
African descendant. Like, you descended from Africa.
So a white person from South Africa could come here and be like they black?
No.
Because they might have a certain...
They're African. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's black. It's just darker than white people. That's basically what it is.
So a person from India that's darker than you could be black.
They are black.
They are. See, like when people say that, yeah, like, because here's the thing for me.
I consider Indian people black.
Yeah, a lot of people do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because they will call you a nigga in a second. You know what I'm saying? And mean that shit from a nigger standpoint.
I've never heard an Indian person call me a nigga. Ever. I've never heard Indian people. I was just with Indian people.
You say that. Ain't you from Suriname? Don't they have Indian people in Suriname?
They got Vietnamese.
They got a couple people there.
People. They got Guyanese.
So you know Guyanese people. You know Guyanese.
Yeah, no, I got Guyanese in my family.
So do you understand the war between black Guyanese and Indian Guyanese in that country? No, I've been to Guyana, but I don't know nothing about it. Okay, well,
there's a war going on?
There was. Back in the 70s and stuff like that, there was a brother named, I can't remember this brother's name, man. But he was an activist. He was a black activist, and they killed him in Guyana. I'm not going to say who killed him or whatever. You got to do your research, but because I don't want to, start anything. But back in those days, there was a big, it was a big resistance.
This shit like that too. Like they call him coolie and shit like that. Like,
they call him, yeah. But that's supposed to be insults. But my thing is like, nigga, when you here's the thing. People have insults. They call it chinks and spicks and all this other stuff.
I don't believe in none of that shit. That shit don't hurt my feelings. Somebody saying the word nigga does not hurt my feelings. I don't believe in magic words.
So if a white person come up to you right now,
don't believe in magic words
and call you a nigga,
unless they coming at me in a disrespectful manner, then I'm gonna say something. But if they coming to me and like, yo, what up, my nigga, and it's a white person, I don't care. To be honest, I don't. if they coming with me with disrespect, like fuck you nigger, da da da, like.
So you don't
mind?
mind?
Black out.
So you don't mind white people saying nigga?
No, if it's positive.
If it's positive.
If they come in a negative, like you know what I'm saying, like if a white person coming to me, what's up, my nigga? How you doing? I'm not.
I'm gonna keep it real with you though. Like when it comes to that nigga word and black people,
I don't believe in magic words.
But here's the thing though. It's like, and in a kind of way, I kind of agree with you, unfortunately, because it's like, how can you say that you mad at white people for saying nigga, but then you use nigga every day? I ain't gonna lie. In a certain way, I know I sound like a coon to a certain extent, but I don't because niggas say that shit. But my thing is like, because I ain't gonna lie, as I'm getting.
Shit don't make sense.
It don't make sense. Like the Kendrick,
it's your way of moves. It's just noises coming out
like,
of your fucking throat.
You remember the Kendrick Lamar shit with the girl that came on stage?
It was so stupid.
It's kind of stupid because it's like you made this song, you making them you know white people gonna buy your record, they gonna listen to your song, and that's another thing when niggas be like, oh well, hip hop culture is for anybody. Well, if you bring anybody in it, then they have access to the culture. So if nigga is a part of the culture, then they have access to it. They have access to nigga. You can't tell Chinese people and all those other people, oh nah, you can't say it. You can't do it. It's kind of stupid. And you know,
it's not kinda,
it is stupid as fuck. Because at this point in time in my age, right, and I ain't gonna lie, like I'm getting to a certain point where I'm trying to stop using that word. Because if I'm gonna sit here and say they can't say it, then I should be the nigga to lead by example. I shouldn't say it. Even though I just said it, it's so hard, my nigga. It's embedded. Like we all come from the hood, like it's embedded, like nigga, like my nigga.
I don't care about the words. It's all about the intent.
Word.
You understand?
Word.
If they come in and they say those group of niggers over there,
right. That's foul. That's disrespectful.
That's not even. It's not even the word.
But
they're fucking thinking.
But I ain't gonna lie, son. I'm not gonna let no white dude around me say niggas. I'm just not. I'm gonna say something, bro. I'm gonna say something because you know what it is. I'm gonna bogard you because of all the shit that we fucking went through. And you know what? If it's stupid, then I'm gonna just have to live with that because until I figure out how to not say it, you can't say that shit, my nigga. You can't say that shit until I figure out how I'm gonna not say that shit. Which is gonna be so hard to fucking do because it's just embedded in you, my nigga. Like that nigga shit is so sweet, my nigga. It's like cognac, my nigga. It's like Hennessy. That shit hard, but it do something for you to a certain extent.
Disrespectful. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Word.
I don't believe in magic words, bro. I don't.
It's crazy.
How do you say nigga in Chinese? How do you say nigga? Like it's different.
They have insults for black people though.
Oh, fact.
You seen that? There was one.
Everybody has insults for other people.
There was one. Nah, this was more than an insult though. This was like. It was somebody had put up some pictures of like black people in China and shit like that, like when they on the train, when they commuting, going to the store, whatever, and they'll be around other Chinese people. I think it was China, and you know they'll put like the little net over their mouth. Chinese people. Yeah, whenever they was around black people, or they'll cover their mouth. But in Chinese people's defense though, they do that shit without niggas being there though. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Next to the black people and said they did this.
Yeah, they be like, oh, you see how we living out here? But then I seen another video. You know what, my nigga, you can't really go over these fucking videos because niggas will put shit out there and it be some fucked up information. It be miscrewed. Shit be all fucked up.
You don't know unless you did.
Yo, I got another topic, son. Yo, so I was on IG callers, my nigga. Is it still going? Yeah, it's still going. Right. Let me see what niggas are saying. Black Mamba is in China. It's crazy. Makes sense. Oh, they arguing in there. I got another topic, my nigga. Like, I wanted to talk about like when I was on the IG callers, I was talking about like women having attachment to pain. Like, you know how you having sex and shit like that, and a niggas damn near beating your ass, but you loving that shit. And women have an attachment to pain, but yet they want a nigga to treat them right. I feel like you ever heard of sadomasochist?
I heard that. I don't know what it is.
I think now see, y'all could probably Google this and make sure I'm right. But a sadomasochist is a person that enjoys pain. Like they enjoy giving pain or being inflicted with pain. You know what I'm saying? So you have like a sadist. I think the sadist is the person that inflicts pain and likes it. And the masochist is the person that gets pain and like it. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of women are suffering from sadomasochism. Or they indulge in that shit and they like it to a certain degree. You understand what I'm saying? Because people can call me. Listen, like I said, I ain't got nothing to prove because I didn't have mad kids. I done got mad shorties pregnant. I've been fucking for a while. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shorties ain't never.
Shorty's pregnant? I thought you just had kids.
No, I had a couple of situations where, you know, shorties had abortions and shit like that, miscarriage, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know what I'm saying? My ones that stuck. But, yeah, so I don't give a fuck what no niggas say. But when you got a shorty, like think about it, like, and you choking her ass, like that's what, like shorty, you know how shorties be like, yo, I like to be choked. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying, like shorty, like when they in the bed, when you in the bedroom and you getting it on with a shorty, shorties be like, yeah, choke me, bite me, you know what I'm saying? Like smack my ass, you know, smack me up, all kind of shit. Like I heard a shorty say, like I had this one chick I used to date. And before we had sex all the time, we would always play fight. She just loved to play. I don't know what it was. Sometimes she would get real tough with that shit. Like she would like you know how you smacking around and the girl just give you a nice jab and shit. And you like, what the fuck? That she would do that shit all the time. And she would hit me mad hard. I'm like, yo, son, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like for real in here. Like chill. And she used to like that. She used to turn her on. So it's like some shorty, like some people, and that goes back to the who raised you shit. Some people just come from so much pain that they have an attachment to that shit. And now, when they having sex, they want a nigga to beat their ass in the fucking bedroom and shit. Like, and I'm a nigga, son. I can't do that shit. I'm not gonna fuck you up. I love women. I have nothing bad to say about you, son. I have nothing bad to give. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it up. Just let me give it up. I don't want to fucking smack you and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, there's something called sadomasochism when you have people that, they would like cut themselves in the bedroom, this is like the extreme shit. This is like the extreme sado shit or whatever. Like motherfuckers will cut themselves. They get pins, put them on their nipples and shit. You know, they just do all kind of fucked up shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? For the pain, because they like the pain and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of women suffer from that shit because of the shit they went through. Facts. I really think that. A lot of women. A lot. You got to understand, a lot of women.
You can take your experiences and then throw it on the whole world.
Bro, it's a lot of women, bro. Not. Okay, yeah, you can say that, but if you experienced a lot of women saying the same things.
Because you don't deal with white women, so you don't know how they
Nah,
do.
fuck white. I don't be talking about. I don't really care about the white women like that. To really add them in my conversation.
Just say a lot of black women.
Yeah, a lot of black women. Fuck. A lot of black women. Listen.
Because when you say a lot of women.
A lot of women, period. You covering the whole gambit. Okay. A lot of black women. I feel what you're saying. Because honestly, when I'm talking, I don't think about no other race but black people. I really don't. That's how real I am. That's how real I give it up. I don't think when I'm talking about women, I'm talking about black women. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could think about anybody else, whoever, you know what I'm saying? But, you know. But this is for everybody. I don't want to let nobody feel excluded. We have certain topics, but right now, we talking about some black women right now. What you think?
No, I don't believe it.
It's true, sir. It's true. Space is true. Agree.
It's a lot.
Agree. What happened? It's a lot, but not a lot. How is it a lot, but not a lot? 40%. Nah, I think it's more. Because you got to think about it. A lot of women have either been molested,
A lot
have
of
either
black
been.
women
Yes, a lot of black women. Yes.
been molested.
Yeah, a lot of black women been molested, bro.
I don't believe that. Cause you think
You don't believe that?
No.
6
I
out
believe
of
a lot
10.
Women have been molested, yes.
But not a lot of black women? 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
That's a number. That's a fact.
I think the facts was more like 7 out of 10. But I'm trying to drop it just to get you to. You would have to look it up and do some real research, but I think one of the stats that I've seen.
It's like 40%, maybe 30%. Molestation, 30%.
Molestation. Because you gotta understand, molestation happens on a lot of levels. It's not just penetration.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody kissing on you, somebody touching you, somebody groping you.
90% of women.
Well, there we go. Well, there we go. At a young age, I'm talking about. At a young age, I'm talking about like. No, I'm not talking about like okay, women. I'm talking about young girls growing up and women that can say yes. When I was a child, okay, there was a poll, right? In one of these groups that I'm in online, and there was a poll like, how many women in this group can say that? Well, no, it was like how many women in this group. I think. Hold on. No, it was asking at what age for all the women in this group did you realize men was looking at you sexually? And a lot of them said some wild numbers, bro. Now, a lot of that's true. Now, I understand that women can't lie, but on some real shit, my nigga, yo.
What's the lowest?
Because here's the thing. The lowest I heard, the lowest, I mean, some of them they had to be lying because, like, how you gonna remember shit when you was like 2 and you can't remember that for real. You know what I'm saying? What? But you know what? If it was that traumatic, maybe they could remember. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But the only reason why I say this, because I remember.
Here's the thing. People's memories are fucked up.
They are they're skewed. There's very.
No, everybody. Mine's, yours, everybody's
I wouldn't say that,
memory is fucked up.
Nah, I remember shit clear as day, bro.
You don't. You remember telling it to somebody, but you don't remember the whole thing. Because you ever been in a room with niggas you've been around, and one nigga tell a story, you be like, that's not how the shit go. And
y'all piece it together though.
All together.
Y'all piece it together. But if let's say if it was a traumatic experience, like some crazy shit happened. I ain't talking about when that nigga scored 50 at the gym on niggas and shit. No.
What did you do yesterday?
What did I do yesterday? The fuck did I do yesterday?
Exactly.
But nothing really happened special yesterday.
Exactly.
All I did was work.
Exactly.
I worked. That's it. That was all I worked. Now that I'm thinking, it's coming to me now.
What if a person passed by you yesterday? You would not remember them if they passed by you the next day.
That's not true. I can remember.
You passed by 1,000 people. You don't remember what car you was driving next to on the way here.
Okay, I ain't gonna remember that. I ain't gonna remember that. But you said, okay, you're not gonna. Okay, but that's too. You know, that's too like, you know, that's too exact, my nigga. Like, you're not gonna get everything, but in a certain traumatic experience. Right. In a traumatic experience. Like what's the earliest you can remember?
The earliest I can remember is maybe 4 years old.
So you don't remember nothing back past that?
I remember playing Aladdin for Nintendo.
So you don't remember nothing past that? You don't remember nothing like...
Before that? You mean?
Before that, yeah. My bad, past. Before. You remember nothing before that?
No.
I can remember...
To bring back and see it, like, in my head, like 4 years old.
The earliest I can remember is 1 year old. When my mother...
One?
I don't remember everything from the age of 1. I would just remember this particular day. When I was 1 year old and my mother was changing me. She put my diapers on and she put like a nice clothes on me to take some pictures.
Somebody told you that story?
No, son, I remember that day because you know how I remember? Because I remember how the powder tastes when she used to change me.
Why is the powder in your mouth?
Because when you putting powder on a baby, if you changing your baby and you're putting, you never change the baby, right?
No. Niggas used to put
you put all my niggas that change. I don't know how we got to this, but whatever. All my niggas that fucking change babies that got kids, when you change your baby, sometimes the fucking powder go all in the baby head, all in the baby eyes and shit. This is real shit. I remember all the way back then. I remember certain instances on that day. I don't remember anything else.
Back when we was teenagers, niggas used to wear baby powder all the time. You remember putting baby powder on as a teenager?
Yo, I used to do that
and
shit.
And then you was like,
I used to
I probably tasted it.
Nah, my nigga, nah. I understand what you're saying. Your mom could piece shit together, but nah. I remember that, bro. I remember that day because guess what? Because, because I remember talking about it to my father. And my father be like, yo, you remember that? You remember that? My father telling me that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I knew that I remember. Because I was like...
remember my father used to smoke. And I remember him burning me on my arm right here with a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And you was 4.
Because that made my father quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Because he tried to grab...
It was a serious situation. That's what I'm saying.
That. But I was 4 years old. I don't remember before.
So if a shorty sucked your dick at 4 years old, you will remember that.
4 years old?
The first time you had sex, you remember that.
I remember shorty sucking my friend's dick, and I was like,
because that was crazy.
I was like 6 years old,
and you remember that? That was crazy. Whoa, that was bugged out.
It was bugged out.
So imagine
over there, and he told me what happened.
So imagine a female now going through some shit at a young age because you got some fucked up niggas out there, bro. I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna tell a story.
You say 2 years old. I remember. There's no
Listen,
way you remember.
You can.
Diaper change.
My nigga. I remember that shit. I don't know what to tell you, my nigga. But I went through the fucking day with my father. It wasn't the day. It was that moment. And my father was like, you remember that? He's like, what you had on? And I told him what I had on. I had the little sailor suit because they were taking like little pictures and all that. And I remember that. I remember all that. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. And I was like 1 year old at that time. And I remember that. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't remember anything else past or even after that until I'm about like 4 years old, like you said. I can't remember nothing else, but I remember that day when I was 1 year old when we took them pictures. I remember that. So imagine like, because let me tell you, I lived down south for a couple of years, right? And I thought I put this fucking shit. My girl, my girl when I was down south, not my girl now. My girl when I was down south had a pastor, and she had a cousin. Yeah. Oh, she had a cousin. My girl, she had a cousin, and the cousin's pastor, right, was like her man or whatever. And something happened where he was watching, I guess, the baby or whatever. Like they had kids together. So he had the baby. Now, mind you, this man's a pastor. Okay. He had the baby for like a weekend. The last day that she went to go pick up the baby was crying. Now, mind you, this is a baby. Pastor did something to the baby. Because when she came home and she changed the boy, he was bleeding out his rectum.
All right.
I don't know. What I'm saying is there's fucked up people in this world, my nigga. Fucked up men. That, look, and he was a pastor. You would never think that a pastor would do some shit like that.
I think that. I put them at first.
But
actually, in my world.
I feel you. There's a lot of shit.
Anybody who goes to church and the church and all that shit, I put them niggas on the crazy list first.
Right. Because you know better. And you've seen instances as to why you would do that. I
think anybody who goes to church is insane.
I'm not gonna say that.
In a way, it's kind of crazy.
If you understand
if my mother go to church, and I tell her to her face.
Here's the thing, though.
She's nuts.
If you understand the history of church and the history of...
My mother does stuff for the community. Because she goes to church and she does stuff for the community and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
with
that. But the fact, like, church and worshiping a God and all that shit, I think that shit is insane.
So you're atheist?
No. I believe
but you don't believe in like, worshiping a man?
like a preacher sitting there and thinking he's better. Like, I don't believe in none of that bullshit.
That's fucked
The
up.
church system,
But
the church system itself.
when you understand church though, that goes way back into who we are though as a people, especially the Baptist church. It's bullshit, but it's in us to worship like that. It's in us to do spirituality like that. Even in the Yoruba.
Different. You know what? I grew up with a friend. He's black.
Right.
And they used to go to church every Sunday, right? And then on the Sundays, they couldn't go to church. For some reason, they had to do something or whatever, right? They would, because I would be there on Saturday night, and I would leave like Sunday morning to go to church and shit. And then, so they would, sometimes they couldn't go to church, but in the morning, they would come together, and I would stay for that. They would all get around and read a passage in the Bible.
Okay.
Or something like that. That's church. That's more of a church worship feeling. You and your family sitting in the living room reading passages in the Bible and shit like that. That feels more like
home
than if you go to church.
But I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
It's more like
it's more confined, like with your family. But the thing about it is, though,
you feel
right. But you gotta understand this. But you gotta understand this too. As black people, we come from a village mentality.
I don't.
That's African culture. You may not because of your own experiences, but
my father and my mother. Well, my father mostly. He don't fuck with that village shit.
Some people, and I understand, but you gotta understand. You gotta understand why though.
Mentality fucks you up.
Nah, it doesn't, my nigga. It doesn't if you don't know where you're going.
Independent, and it doesn't make you start your own, because you're always gonna be referring back and falling back on the family.
Not really though.
Always.
That's only if your village is not going nowhere, my nigga. I've been understand something.
If you don't have a village, right, and you have
okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you a hunter and you go out, like the hunter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the village, the hunter goes out by himself and gets the food.
I'm gonna show you how that's. I'm gonna show you how that's wrong though.
He's feeding the village.
I'm gonna show you how that's wrong though. Remember, I said I'm Caribbean.
Yeah.
My family, both sides of my family, come from a village mentality. They come. My mother, her family originates from Westmoreland in Jamaica.
What they had to do to get better?
What you mean?
They had to leave the village.
They did have to leave, but they took everything they learned from the village and brought it here. Even to this day, my family, especially on my mother's side, they're tight knit, bro, and all of them are successful. All of my people in my family on my mother's side are successful people from what they learned as children coming up together.
But what is successful in that? Yeah.
I'm saying successful from what people would deem as successful from a societal mindset.
Like doctors.
Basically, like doctors, scientists having money and shit like that, being married, staying married and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And family coming together. Space like, nah, fuck that. Nah. That's trash, my nigga. But see, you may not feel that way because yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Like, yo, like real talk. Like my mother family side, everybody's doing what they gotta do for themselves. We all was in the church at one point, but back in the day, like in the 90s, some shit happened with the pastor. Some shit happened, and then it fucked it all up, and we don't go to the same church no more.
Like,
I don't go to church. I'm not a church person at all.
The church system is fucked up. Church is good, like community.
Community-wise, yeah, right. It's better. It's good.
Church in the community, like,
right.
When it does what it does for the community, it's good. But the system itself is fucked up.
The system is fucked up. But you could change the system. And some churches have changed the system, my nigga. Some churches have reverted to African spirituality. That's what I'm a proprietor of. That's what I'm a proprietor of. I don't believe, the only reason why I don't fuck with the church system because I understand the Bible and I understand what the Bible has done to our people. Let me tell you something. My father, right? He is in what you would say like an Egyptologist, what people, he's in the mystery system of, you know what I'm saying, of Egypt and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of that. You know what I'm saying? But when we was kids.
The Church of Egypt?
No, there's no Church of Egypt. No Church of
You
Egypt.
like 5%ers and shit?
No, 5% money. You got your whole shit all fuck.
Israelites? What do you
No, Israelites don't fuck with Egypt. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these niggas said 5%ers though. God damn,
I
son.
hate religion. I'm not holy.
You know, 5% is not really a religion. I wouldn't call that a religion, but no. What my father's.
I fuck with like half, like the beginning half of 5%ers. I fuck with that.
What you mean the beginning half? What do you mean?
They say the sun is like the god and shit like that. I fuck with that. I think that shit's cool.
They don't say that. That's like
Yeah.
5% say the sun.
The numbers and all that.
Oh, the numbers you saying? Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about?
The sun is God because it brings forth life to eat food and all that. I believe in that shit.
I mean, they don't say all that though. They don't say that.
says
Not the side.
that,
There might be a 5%er that says that to you because that's his science.
The beginning teaches, and then it morphs into some other shit.
Man, I don't know about it. I never heard of that.
Read the beginnings of 5%. Like this shit.
What you mean, like
that shit
the?
is dope. That shit is dope. You could take
Right.
those principles.
You might be mixing some 5% with something else. You might be mixing it.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Nigga don't know. Nigga, I'm like, what the fuck you talking? When you say the numbers, yeah, like wisdom, understanding,
I just like shit, like little booties,
like knowledge, cipher knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Positivity out of everything. Just
Right. No, that's a fact. You gotta. That's what I do. I take bits and pieces. Like I was brought up a certain way. I was brought up in Islam. You know what I'm saying? I was brought up in Islam. And my father, wherever he went with the knowledge or whatever, I would just follow him because I was the son. You know what I'm saying? My father, you know.
What's this? The chain and shit.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what you would call a unk. And for people that don't know what an unk is, it's just basically life. You know what I'm saying? Everlasting life. In other words, all right, for me to break it down, this is no religion. This is what you, if you want to call this like a mystery system, and
But ain't that like Egypt shit? Like that's Israel.
this, I wouldn't say Egypt for this. I would say ancient Kemet, or Tamaray, or Smaitawi. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not a religion.
But you Jamaican. Where's that?
Jamaican has nothing to do with that. I could be from Brooklyn and do the same shit. That don't mean nothing.
Why you don't study like Rastafarianism?
I do. I got family that's Rasta in my family, so I come from. But see, just like you said, I pull from all, like whatever I could learn, whatever I could pull from. I don't believe in one. All that shit is African to me. All that shit is African. So I'm fucking with everything that I feel is positive, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna make it my own. I don't want to be confined to a spirituality, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, spirituality for people that might be lost. I know we getting off topic, but fuck it. People that might be, yeah, people that might be like into spirituality. People have to understand spirituality only means your everyday life here in the physical realm. That's all it means. That's all it deals with. A lot of times people think about spirituality and they think about something outside themselves.
I'm not lost. I'm myself. Niggas try to call me lost. I ain't lost. I know who I am.
He not, you know what it is?
I'm not held down. I'd rather live
I would
in the
say
gray.
this.
I'd rather live in the gray than be in the fucking color.
I would say this. You're in the right direction, but you just need to study more. That's
I
all.
don't want to study shit.
It's good to study, my nigga.
I learn from conversation and shit. Like,
Well,
you some shit.
that's studying. We building. Right now, we building.
What is it? Say what that is again?
Okay, this is what you would call an unk. These right here is an unk.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't know
this,
nothing about that. You just
I'm gonna break it down for you right now. So when you see it again, you already know. Cause some ladies see me with this shit the other day. They was like, "Oh my God, you worship the devil?" I was like, "What?"
Because I see that and I think like Egypt. That's how I think.
Yes. Yo, this comes from ancient Kemet. This comes from, the walls of ancient Kemet. You know what I'm saying? This basically represented life. This is everlasting life. This right here, this hole right here. And don't be immature, because niggas.
That goes back to 5% because it's a zero.
This is not 5%. This has nothing to do with 5% knowledge. 5% is something that sprouted out of the fruit of
I
Islam.
like the numbers. I like the numbers.
No, the numbers is fire. You got to get your mathematics, no
like
doubt.
that shit.
When they break down the mathematics, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's something that you got to go through. That's a whole nother school. This ain't.
Shammy's coming. Shammy's on the way.
Okay, that's what's up. So, this right here comes out of ancient Kemet. We got to start saying Kemet. All this Egypt shit, that's some Greek shit, or Latin or whatever you want to call it. This right here, this hole right here, this top, I'm going to break it down for people right now. This top represents a woman's vagina.
That's the zero. It's the same thing as
No, zero. That means cipher. That has nothing to do with this.
Zero is still the one
No,
shit.
cipher is a circle.
5%.
Cipher is a whole. Cipher is a circle. That has nothing to do. You could probably try to bring it. That has nothing to do with 5%. That has nothing to do with 5%. Now you might have some 5% brothers that represent this. That has nothing to do with. It doesn't come. I'm telling you, this doesn't come out of. No. This has nothing. Listen. Anyway, this is a this is a vagina. This hole right here is a vagina. Eternal life, right? Right. It means eternal life. Right. This is heterosexuality. You understand that? Yeah. So this is a hole, right? So that hole means a vagina.
After that, just sign out.
I got you. This right here, this shaft right here, this represents a phallic symbol. In other words, a man's penis. All right? These two right here represent the children that sprout from the phallic symbol and the vagina. This is all what it means. It's everlasting life. You get a pussy, you get a dick, and together that makes children, and you have life. That's all that shit means. It don't mean nothing, what this nigga talking about 5%, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing evil or nothing. This is about life, my nigga. That's all that shit, everlasting life. I'm a straight man, and that's what I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So, to bring it back to who raised you, I know we went all around, but this is about teaching though. We about teaching people. So, you know what I mean? I want people to learn shit. You know what I'm saying? So, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? It's basically, you know, everything that we do in our daily lives is a representation of where we come from, what we was taught when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, parents, and I hate to say it, but a lot of y'all niggas' parents was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it 100. A lot of them was. And some people come from, you know, foster homes and shit like that. A lot of people upbringings was fucked up. That's why it's about, you know, who raised you. Everything you do, everything is about what you was taught. You know what I'm saying? So when I come here, it's about teaching you. It's about giving you something to walk away with. You might come here and talk shit all day, but you heard something in this conversation that you can walk away with. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm here for, man. That's all I'm here for, man. That's all I want to do is teach y'all fuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shammy, what's up, man? Yo, man, I'm trying to make it happen over here. You know what I'm saying? All right, so
How old are you?
I'm 32. Well, I'll be 32 in December.
Ain't nobody old.
Nah, man. You looking for niggas from the 70s and all that, the 60s and all that. That's your era. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's fire when you could come from that era and come in here and, you know, handle it like a boss. And niggas come looking for you. Yeah, that's a fact.
I thought I was stale.
Yeah.
Shit.
But, yo, we about to sign out. I am King True, man. You can follow me on Instagram. I changed my Instagram name. Space said it was too fucking big. You feel? Don't do that. I got some way for you. I got some way for you too. I'm not. Listen. I got knowledge, but I ain't lost. You feel me? Like, you know, I'm out here. We ready. But
I hit you upside the head, you feel lost.
Hey, yo, it happens. But Shammy gonna make this shit go another 30 minutes. But yo, I'm King True. You can follow me on Instagram. It's King True _7 God on Instagram.
You 5%.
I come from that. One day I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna break that down next show. We're gonna break that down. If y'all got any questions, anything y'all want to ask me, is WallyBlake@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got any questions y'all want to tell me, get the fuck off the air, whatever, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. You can holler at me, all right? This is TruBeTold. Follow the show. Fuck with me, man. Fuck with me. Shampoo, shout me out real quick. Show me some love. Show me some love on the show. Shout me out. Just let them know to follow me, man.
Follow you. What's your name?
King True.
Ken True.
And it's
Follow Ken True.
And the show is TruBeTold. Son.
TruBeTold.
That's
And
love.
let him know if he ain't telling the truth.
Yeah, that's a
Word.
fact. If I'm lying, let me know.
No. And I want to know about that 5% and shit.
Oh, I'm gonna break that down. that
Yeah.
down. We could do that.
You was in jail before?
I've been locked up, but I ain't do no real time.
But you didn't learn that from jail.
Nah, that's from home, man. That's
Oh,
from
okay.
being around, some old school niggas and my father and
Let him sign out, shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Get next.
Yo, you gonna make this shit go. All right, bless y'all. Bless.